Hello, hello. Welcome back to another Legacy project video. Today we're going to be actually kicking things off with a new project, and that is this floating wall clock. So today we'll actually be doing the first parts, which are the vertical arms that are behind the clock face. So come join me and let's go out to the shop and show how these parts are done on the Maverick 4x4 CNC system. If this is your first time seeing a Legacy CNC video, welcome. Thanks for being here. I hope you can pick up some tips and tricks along the way that you can use on your CNC system as well. Throughout these videos, I like to point out some of the choices that we made and why we chose them. That way you can learn from our mistakes and perhaps pick up a few pointers along the way. And if you know of a better way than what's being shown here, please let us know in the comments below. Now, the first thing I usually like to talk about is how the part is mounted to the machine in some way. It's a very important aspect. If your part comes loose while you're machining, then all is for nothing, especially in material like this. This is canary wood. It's an exotic hardwood, and we definitely want to make sure that this is nice and secured throughout the entire machining process. So this blank is being mounted in the machine using Legacy's low pro clamps. And by using the T-slot table, this ensures that the blank is square to the machine. Now these parts are going to be made all with one tool, a 1/4 inch down spiral cutter. And the first thing that we're doing here is cutting these dado pockets for the clock face to fit into. These have unique shapes that match the shape of the components that we'll produce in another video. Typically when joining parts together, like for this dado, I like to give myself a 10,000ths allowance, so 0.01 in my tool path tolerances. That way I have plenty of space for the material plus glue for everything to fit together. Once all those pockets are complete, the last step is cutting out the parts. Now let's break down some of the parameters we're using for this canary wood. Now I found out what the recommended chip thickness is for this material by searching online. And I found I wanted to hit a chip thickness between 0.003 and 0.011, so 0.003 to 0.011 of an inch. So to hit that range, my 1/4 inch cutter, I'm having it rotate at 16,000 RPM, traveling at about 160 inches per minute. With 2 flutes on my cutter, this is giving me a 0.005 or 0.005 inch chip thickness, and we're taking about 1/4 of an inch per pass. One thing that makes this process really easy is having our blank oversized. So you can see that we're able to nest out multiple parts out of a single component, and it doesn't matter if the blank is to a perfect size, as long as I have enough clearance for the cutter to go around the entire perimeter of the part without running into the risk of hitting into any fixtures. Now, to ensure that both parts don't shift at all during this cutout procedure, we put in tabs so that the cutter lifts up and leaves a bridge of material between the original blank and the part that we're cutting out. Now, if tabs are part of the process, you need to remove them in some way, and there's lots of methods. In this example, I actually don't have the shots of how the tabs were removed, but John told me that he used a flush trim router to clean off the tabs. Once the parts are cut out, we only needed to perform a few extra steps before this is ready to be sanded and assembled with the rest of the parts. First, we needed to add 1/4 inch radiuses to the top edge of each part. And this is done with a 1/4 inch round over cutter, either in a router table or using a trim router. The second thing we needed to clean up are the inner corners of these little dado sections. There are 2 spots that left an 1/8 inch radius from the tool. We simply use a chisel to clean up those corners so that everything comes to a sharp point. We had to do this because the clock face components are going to have sharp corners to them and not radiused corners. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. That's because I've never seen material like this with this natural color. I'm colorblind, and so yellow really stands out to me. So it'll be fun to see how this comes out. Now, if you have any ideas or suggestions on how you would approach the cutting strategies or to produce this part on your CNC, please share those ideas with us right down below. It can kick off some awesome conversations because we don't have all the answers and we love learning from you guys as well. Now, the software that was used to produce all the designing and toolpath for this is the Vectric Aspire software, and that 1/4 inch down spiral cutter we got from magnate.net. So go check out both of those sources if you're interested in the software or cutter that was used throughout this project. If you're interested in learning more about a Legacy CNC system and what it can do for your CNC applications, woodworking capabilities, then I recommend you head on over to our website at legacywoodworking.com. Now the next video we're going to produce is the clock face that's going to attach to the front of these arms. So keep an eye out for that. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in that next video.